Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Everything on my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And the same niggas that be around there won't see off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happen, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chalk. Trying to serve, ain't got no business on my block, I bet you're getting chalk. Now either way you try to fuck with my pockets, don't believe that ass getting chalk. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread.
Yo, man, I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard, but that's why I don't pay for this bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to you, ever since I paid for it to get my subscription back on, this shit been acting up, man. Can y'all hear me down there, Bruce Banner? Big salute to John Demery. John Demery, y'all boys can hear me down there, man? Let me know what it is. Okay. Man, I don't know what's going on, man. Ever since I paid for my subscription back again, that shit been acting up. When I was running off the freeway, man, it ain't never act up. Man, I paid for that thing, got everything back right, man. That thing been acting up, man. I tell you what, I'm gonna let it go back off again. The hell with that shit. I'm gonna use the free one, man. That shit been acting up, dog. Big shout out to all the pet lovers out there, man. Everybody doing what they gotta do to take care of these animals, these pets across the world. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy PBK9's on the PVC, Pelican Bay's Corner, and I'm going to give it to you live in effect. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some going to like it, Bruce Banner, and some of them ain't, John Demery. That's just how we do it, dog. Some going to like it and some ain't. It seems like when I post my puppies up today for sale, I might sell one. A lot of them didn't like it, dog. A lot of them didn't like it, and that's why they stuck. Like I always say, Bruce, they stuck where they at, down in the swamps, and bottom dwellers, bottom feeders. You know what I'm saying? But they below catfish. Mudfish is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'm just going live tonight to close out the month. I appreciate everybody that been rocking with me all month long, man, on all my videos. We was talking about the sheriff deputy that got locked up early yesterday over here in South Carolina, man. It's crazy. Hey, check this out, my brothers and sisters. You know, I want to tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell you how this game is out here, man. Let me tell you how this game is, right? You gotta be careful. And I want y'all to understand something. You got to be careful who you talk to on social media and what you say to them on social media, Bruce Banner. You know what I'm saying? I ain't falling for the okie doke. They get down in my comments on a puppy I'm selling, talking about my dogs ain't proven. My dogs ain't rum dogs. My dogs ain't poor dogs. You effing right. They not rum dogs. They not proven. I ain't never trying to prove them. And I don't sell poor dogs. No, none of that. Don't come and bring your setting up bitch asses up in my damn on my Facebook. Keep that shit on the dirty side over there with your boy DJ Dynamite. Keep it over there with him. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring it over there to me, dog. I don't sell fighting dogs. I don't know nothing about no rum dogs. I don't know nothing about no poor dogs in modern day time. And I don't know nothing about no proven dogs in modern day time. So go keep talking to y'all homeboys and y'all keep getting indicted over there where y'all at, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep fucking your old ladies like I'm doing, you know? That's all I'm doing, man. Like I told that boy, y'all keep making your fake pages and coming down there in my comments. You know, like I said, you keep on, I ain't gonna give your old lady back. You know what I'm saying? She just gonna be my little toy thing over here. You know? You fuck around, you see it, we go live together. And that'll make you hang yourself, man. Hey, Bruce Banner, I have the motherfuckers committing suicide, dog. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We got some dog stuff to talk about today, man. We're gonna talk about them walking out dogs. You know, I got a question I want to ask any of my brothers out there, you know, whoever the shoe may fit for. I got a question about them walking out dogs. This ain't the dynamite because he don't know shit about them walking out dogs. This to the people that was in the Bulldog game back in the days, like myself. I got a question that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about having a bond with your dog as well. You know, how important is having a bond with your dog. We're gonna speak about that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the pure walkabout dogs, the 50-50 walkabout dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because I can talk about it. I know about them. This ain't the fake walker hog dogs. This ain't none of that type of stuff. We talking real Bulldog talk tonight. And tell them junkies and flunkies that was down in my comments with my puppies to bring their ass up here. And I don't want to know is why y'all hate so much. Why you hate me so bad? It is what it is, dog. It is what it is. Hey, Lamont, dog, you texted me. I dropped the video for you earlier, and you start calling me and texting me on my Facebook. Dog, leave me the fuck alone. Go suck Ed Mutri dick is what you need to go do, dog. Just leave me the fuck alone. I'm doing good over here. I don't need none of your Santee, none of your damn, wherever the fuck you from, none of your clientele over there. I don't need that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Keep all that shit over there where y'all at. You know, salute to my brother Legion Fury 13. The only Bulldog I fuck with from that damn area. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dog. Salute to my man Liquid Lucky out there somewhere. Liquid, you grandfather there in Liquid Lucky. You done been here so much, you ain't got to show back up. Long as you listen to hear your name being called. You grandfather there, big dog. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of these brothers down in the chat that been rocking with me from day one. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Now, I'm going to speak about, first thing, like I said, I don't sell proven dogs. I don't know what a proven dog look like. You know what I'm saying? These brothers come down in your comments and then they screenshot it and give it to their agent, is what they do. Look at them talking about fighting. Look at it. Man, y'all done gave up the sheriff over there in Chesterfield. Leave us the hell alone over here in Horry County. Let me tell you about Horry County and South Carolina. These motherfuckers in South Carolina done sent the police to Horry County and they ain't got us with nothing. Took our dogs. We ain't got caught with no dope over here. We ain't got caught with no guns over here. No, none of that shit. When they came and took the walk dogs, them boys ain't got caught with nothing. They came and took my boy dogs a couple weeks ago. He ain't got caught with none of that shit. Y'all motherfuckers lying, trying to get off your time. You know what I'm saying? Getting caught with all that bullshit out there. Y'all fucking up. And boys from Horry County, all they did was lost their dogs. You know, we ain't getting jammed up like y'all, man. Keep that shit over there where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? Keep it over there, dog. All we do over here is love our dogs, train our dogs, and watch them be jealous about our dogs. You know what I'm saying? And make names for our dogs. Put them on books, put them on covers, you know, and we just do our thing out here, man. You know, just do our thing, and that's all we can do. You know, at the end of the day, and when you do your thing, man, you get haters, man. They hate on you. You know what I'm saying? And one dude, to the dude that said, I'm selling a dog that high with no papers. What in the fuck is you talking about, little boy? Selling dogs that high with no papers? Man, listen here, dog. I ain't never sold a dog with no papers in my damn life. I'm registered with the top echelon registry, ADBA. Fuck Bonafide and fuck Sporting Dog Registry. I'm registered with ADBA, big dog. All my dogs registered with ADBA. Now, I will say this. What I was talking about with that puppy earlier, 25, give me 15 now and 1,000 when you get it. You're not getting the dog until I get my motherfucking 25. You sending me the 15 now, and I'm going to keep the dog until you give me the other 1,000. You're not getting no damn dog without no papers. Man, you're not even getting the dog. Fuck the damn papers. You're not touching that damn dog until you pay the whole damn price. I ain't playing that shit, dog. I ain't playing none of them games, and I can smell when a brother can't afford the dogs through the damn social media. I ain't gonna lie to you. That dude that made that comment, he smelled broke. The way he was typing, I could tell he couldn't afford my damn dogs, man. Stay the hell up out my comments talking about a dog you can't afford, man. Better go to some of them other brothers with that bullshit. And like I say, go to the dirty side of Facebook, where that shit can fly at. Where you can talk about who got the proven stuff and who got the rum dogs and all that shit like that, man. Man, listen here, man. You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that. Come with that bullshit trying to get us jammed up over here, man. We ain't having that, dog. We ain't playing it, we ain't having it, and we ain't stupid like y'all stupid. Big salute to my man Ken Lightning in the building. Yes, sir, Ken. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, my brother. Now let's talk about these pure walk dogs and these 50% dogs. You know what I'm saying? Great dogs. I tell brothers, they yard starters. I'm gonna try to speak about the walk dogs without disrespecting any other bloodlines. I'm gonna try to do it, Sometimes it be seeming like I be down in the other lines, but I just represent my shit. I have a hard time not representing my shit, So we talking about them pures and them 50%. Pure walking off dogs is some of the best Redboy Jocko shit you gonna find in this world. You could train them dogs to be scent dogs. You could train them dogs to be bomb dogs, drug dogs. You could train them dogs to be protection dogs, apprehension dogs. You could train them dogs like my man Vanguard be training them Dutch Shepherds. You could train them like that, to do all your go. Man, listen, you could train them for anything, dog. They just that good quality of dogs. We talking about the pure dogs right now. I tell brothers all the time, they yard starters because the way the brothers bred the dogs over the decades, the way they bred them dogs, they are bred to be yard starters. If you want them, if you need them to be a yard starter, you can take one of them dogs and breed them with anything. Anything. I can't help a lot of these brothers. They be like, oh, like I said before, we getting high percentages in our breedings. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing. I ain't just speaking about mine. I'm speaking about anybody that got a true, official, pure walk dog. Pure. I ain't talking about cut up yet. We ain't got to the cut up yet. Straight pure. They yard starters. You can breed them with a fucking collie. And I guarantee you get 2 or 3 pit bull looking dogs that you could take. It may have collie blood in it. You take it back to your pit again and watch how that motherfucker be. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm just speaking on past experiences, and I know how these dogs bred and how they coming out. Like I say, they the modern day Redboy dogs. The old school Redboy dogs, you don't know which dogs carrying them traits no more. But I know them damn Big John dogs, they is the modern day Redboy dogs, because you can take them dogs and you can breed them to add some they got the gameness in them. You know what I'm saying? They for sure got that drive in them. That's they can chase hogs all night long. If you start in the morning time, they gonna finish with you in the evening. You know what I'm saying? They gonna chase them all day. Big salute to you, Vance. Big salute to all my brothers out there, man. Hey, it is what it is, Vance. Hey, I'm glad you asked that question, brother. Because I got a question, Vance, that I want to ask brothers that know the walks dogs, brothers that had the walk dogs, and brothers that bred to the walk dogs. I got a question, and it's going to be the question of the night that we can keep talking about. I'm going to drop the link for anybody that want to come up and answer that question. If you bred to a walk dog and you didn't like it, or if you bought a walk dog and you didn't like it, I'm going to say it like this. Then 9 times out of 10, you was on good terms with the brothers. If you did that, you was on good terms with them brothers. Now, my thing is, for anybody to get up there and say, or get on any social media platform and say, they wasn't top quality dogs, they didn't produce top quality dogs, I can accept that. I can accept that from anybody, But what I can accept, because as a young fella, I cross these boundaries. What I can accept is, if the dogs are not the quality that you're looking for, and they're not producing the quality, why you didn't go back into them? Why so many of these old schoolers, and I'm not talking about just one old schooler, why you didn't go back into them walk dogs when you was on good terms with a big kennel like that? I mean, I did it, and I was a young buck. And I got success behind it. And that's why I can talk about my shit today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even hear nobody else talking about how they did them fellas. You know what I'm saying? And I know it was some bulldoggers that be on this social media from I ain't talking about, just like I said, I'm not talking about one platform. I'm talking about over the past 5 years, there been some hellified bulldoggers up here. And they knew them brothers and they was on good terms with them brothers. And why you didn't go into them? Because they knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? You may not have got a good litter off. You may have bought a bad puppy, but you respected the game enough not to come want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I can talk this talk because I walked that walk. I went into the motherfuckers and did my damn thing. I lost. I got my ass kicked, and I did my damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I told you, I mean, I had yellow dogs before I was dealing with them. So they're not my holy grail when it came to, oh, that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? But I know where some good bulldogs was at throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? And I know when it comes to the yellow stuff, they really bred to Grand Champion Yellow. They don't got that bootleg shit that's producing blue dogs and bobtail black dogs. You know, when the man clearly told you David Tent had Preston Canaries and Cane Corsos on the yard. And then they say it's a black woman that was living down the street from David Tent. That was his go-to lady. And that he used to go to and get the dogs whenever certain people called. He'd go to her and get the dogs. But they don't want to believe that. They rather believe that Grand Champion Yellow produce a blue dog. You know what I'm saying? It's hard enough for me to get them to believe that Mr. Boudreaux produced blue dogs. But they'll believe that Grand Champion Yellow produced a damn blue dog or a black bobtail dog. Man, get the hell out of here with that shit, man. You know, consistency, Bruce Banner, consistency, my brother. And like I said, why didn't brothers go into these big John dogs if you felt like they weren't on the level that you was used to? You know, they kicked my ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. My shit that I thought was the shit, they ran through it. But that didn't stop me. So I know, man, if I'd have knew Fat Bill back then, I'd have went to his ass with them damn black dogs. If I'd have knew, Garner wasn't playing that shit when I went to Garner house, and I'm talking about back in the days. So far back in the days, some of y'all boys wasn't even born yet. This how far back in the days I'm talking about. You know, the man say, don't talk about no dog fighting on my damn yard. We ain't talking about none of that shit, no nothing. So I was never good with him to do any of that type of stuff. And that's how he played it. So that's how I respect the game. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got my first Garner dog in the 90s off of Frisco. And we had stuff off of that Spike stuff, you know. And like I said, we bought some of his famous bitch dogs. My partner lost the papers, and we wasn't worrying about papers back then, but my partner lost the papers when he got locked up. So I can't tell y'all exactly which bitches they was, but some of them famous bitch dogs we had bought from Mr. Garner. At least 2 or 3 of them, grown bitches already. Just like we bought Black Chance. I know some of y'all that looked them up already and seen them up there. Yes, sir, man. So the pure walk dogs, man, they great dogs for whatever you want them for outside of something illegal. You know, if you try to do something illegal with them, they ain't good for that. And I got to keep it real with you because the flunkies, they trying to come up in my comments on Facebook, and I'm telling you, man, I don't know where y'all live at, but I live in the belly of the beast. I live in the trenches out here, and it's real out here, and I ain't falling for none of that okie doke shit y'all boys out here trying to pull. And y'all boys out here trying to get rid of your time and cut your time and all that type of shit. Like I said before, take it over there in the dirty section of them Redboy Jocko groups and keep doing what you're doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Over here, we do the right things with our dogs. You know, whether you like it or not, it just is what it is, man. You know, pure walk dogs, you ain't gonna never go wrong with a pure walk dog. Don't let nobody fool you, man. Don't let nobody fool you. Some of the highest producing percentages of dogs out there when it comes to great body structure, great working ability, you know what I'm saying? And then when you take them dogs and you breed them out, I bred one out, that little country dog I had. You know, go look up Pelican Bay Little Country. The little country dog I had, I bred that to I want to say an Eli Jeep bitch, I want to say, made throwback dogs. I always say when you breed them out, straight out, not like a Redboy Jocko dog like Mayday, breed them out to a whole nother line of dogs. If I take Fletcher and breed him to a Sorrell's dog, or take Fletcher and breed him to Mr. Hammond's dog, alligator stuff, man, I'm gonna get some hellified bulldogs off that shit. That's why when Walkmore bred to the Paladin stuff, the Paladin Frisco dog, which was where you get your black spider and your black poison stuff, and your spider dog. That's where all that come from. Why you think them dogs were so they were so good? It's because of the out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the out. And like I told my homeboy earlier, a lot of people will be like, oh, I got great dogs from them boys back in the days. You see, y'all don't keep one thing accounted in your head when you say statements like this. I can say the same thing. I got great dogs from so-and-so back in the days. You know what else was back in the days? I was 20 years old back in the days. And I moved like a 20-year-old move or a 25-year-old move. I didn't have no cares, the cares that I got now as a 47-year-old man. You see, I could get Sambo right now, but I couldn't make him probably to the same dog because I ain't gonna do the same shit that I did back when I had Sambo when I was 19 and 20. You see? So it's gonna be different. You're not doing the same things with the dog. You telling me you got a dog when you 20 something, and then you got a dog, you know the same dogs now when you 50 something. And 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna feel like the same about them. Oh, they was better back then. Yeah, because you was doing risky things and making that dog what he is. Like I said, a lot of things I did with Bo, I know for a fact that if I had him at modern day time, I couldn't make the same damn dog out of him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it, dog. Mr. 216 Bulldogs, big salute to you and appreciate you dropping in tonight, fam. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. Yes, sir, man. So the dogs ain't changed, man. That's why I still rock with the Big John shit. They the same old dogs. Only thing changed about them is the color. And we could have kept the color the same if we was breeding for color, but we was breeding for performance. You know, making sure best of the best is as we said. And like I said, best of the best don't all necessarily always mean the best performer. It could be the best producer to the best whatever. Two of the best producers breeding to each other. You know, best of the best. So we wasn't worried about keeping the brindle, red noses, and different things like that. That's the only thing we lost from them Walkmore dogs from the 90s to now, as far as the look of them. My first Walkmore dog I bought in the 90s was an orange Walkmore dog. The same color as Macho Buck, the same color as 357. You know, they always had orange dogs, blonde dogs, brown dogs, and buckskin dogs. That's the Redboy Jocko colors. Now, we lost the brindle red nose, but we ain't the only ones lost the brindle red nose with the Redboy Jocko dogs. Everybody lost the brindle red noses with the Redboy Jocko dogs because I've been asking for them for month after month, damn near year after year now. I say, brothers, let me see the brindle red nose, the brindle blind dogs coming down off of pure Redboy Jocko without a speck of anything else in it. Straight off of Mr. Burns, straight off of Grand Champion Yellow and Mr. Chavis Jocko dogs. Nothing else in it from the top to the bottom. And let me see the blonde brindle dog. You know, it's a shortage in that in everybody's line. You know, so I mean, we ain't the only ones lost that. But we been had the orange, been had the blonde, been had the brown, been had the buckskin. You know, so all that stuff is still there. And the 50% Walkmore dogs, the brothers who got the 50%, they are just as good, man. You know, because that's gonna be your out. Now you're gonna have maybe even a better dog. And you're not gonna, and this is something I'm gonna speak about. You're not gonna be able to research everything and find out if a brother been doing his thing the way he's supposed to do his thing in that game. You can't research everything. That's the reason some people last as long as some people last in the dog game back in the days, because they weren't putting their business out there like that. You know, you can't last in the dog game when you letting the whole world know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You guys to keep some things secret. I tell you, when you're doing mob shit, you gotta move like you're in a mob. You can't be doing mob shit and then out here acting like you know that shit is something you could talk about at elementary school, out there at recess. You know, you just can't do it, man. It ain't gonna work. I don't care if it was the Wild Wild West days when it was just a misdemeanor, and we see how it's going in modern day time. You know, we see how it's going in modern day time. But I'm gonna tell all my brothers before I get to the next subject. When they ask you, do you got poor dogs? When they ask you, do you got rum dogs? And when they ask you, is your dogs proven? Tell them hell to the fuck now. Don't worry about it. Is you buying one? Don't worry about none of that shit. And you don't want to sell nobody nothing when they done ask you them questions. Tell them to kick rocks, you know, and go back to the dirty side of Facebook where they're giving out indictments. That's all you tell them, man. Believe me, brothers. You know what I'm saying? These folk out here, they trying their best. You know what I'm saying? I know they trying to get me and done told on me and trying to send them my way. They done sent them one time. Them folk looked at my damn dogs and see there wasn't nothing wrong with them. See, I take care of my shit. But I don't trust them. They coming every day, man. They'll come try to get you. Come try to get you. And like I said before, brothers, you don't gotta even be involved with no dog fighting. These brothers out here, they getting in so much trouble. They got so much hate and envy in their heart. They'll try to get you when you ain't involved with nothing. You could be going to dog shows all year long, competing in the weight pulls, competing in the wall climbs. They'll still try to get you just because they hate that much. They envy that much. And all they want to do is tap dance. Tap dance, and tap dance. You ain't no tap dancer, they hate you. You know, salute the BKK again, like I said before, man. You know, and like I said, I don't got nothing to do with what that brother speak about in his, you know, far as, because BKK, I hear a lot of things that you say that I don't really agree with when it come to people. But I don't hate you. I don't hate your dog advertisement, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate your dog advertisement. You know, I feel like you advertise the way you're supposed to advertise. I got the best Redboy Jocko shit in the damn world, man. You don't like it? Fuck it. You ain't, like I said before, they ain't made for you. Salute all my brothers in North Carolina, VA, Washington, all my brothers in Glen Burnie, Prince George County. You know what I'm saying? All my brothers in Jersey, New York, all 5 boroughs, Staten Island, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. Salute all my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? All my brothers in Connecticut, all my brothers in Massachusetts, all my brothers in Detroit or Michigan rather, the whole Michigan, all my brothers in Illinois, you know, Texas, Arizona, California. Man, they gonna hate, but they still gonna play at the end of the damn. This is why I can't understand either, Bruce. All the shit that they be saying about me, why the hell they was gonna stay away from me? I mean, if I felt that way about a person, I just won't come near you. That's the easiest way to kill the whole deal. Just don't fuck with them. So I know they love me. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bittersweet love. It's all good. You know, it's all good, man. But when you go to that damn delivery room, that little baby pop out looking at me, it ain't no coincidence. Hey, I appreciate you, Bruce Banner, man. I'm glad you like your dog, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, I like your dog. If you can't tell, I promote every chance I get when I see pictures that you drop on her, cause it ain't just cause something I bred, dog. I like how you got her looking. You know what I'm saying? Cause all that stuff matter, man. All that stuff matter. And I'm gonna tell you like this, Bruce Banner, cause we get into our next topic, which is the bond that you got with your dog. How important is the bond that you got with your dog? If you was in the Wild West days, Bruce Banner, and that bond that you got with your dog, that shit is just as important as the conditioning your dog got. You know, I keep telling brothers, a lot of these brothers that talk that dog shit, you ain't never had you didn't have bonds with your best dog. So you really don't know how that dog would have performed and give you his best. You ain't seen the best coming out of a dog. You know, dogs can be all the way smack out of it. And let me take it back to the Wild West days. We talking about your dog smack out of the game. He ain't trying to jump the box or nothing. But you see he about through. You know, I'm that motherfucker getting down on my knees, like I said before. I might blow him from the back. And I ain't with all that homo, saying no homo and pause and all that. Ain't nothing gay about me, motherfucker. And when I speak about shit, so I ain't gonna keep saying no pause and none of that type of stuff. I get back there, man, cool my dog off from the backside. I talk to my dog. I get down eye to eye on my knees and bring him back from the dungeons. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a bond. You can't do that shit without no bond. You just looking at me like I'm doing something stupid because you don't got a bond with your dog. You don't know how to bring your dog back from no return. You know what I'm saying? And unless you got a bond with your dog, you'll never do it. That's why I say a bond is one of the most important things. If you ain't never seen a dog with a bond perform for his owner, then you miss a work of art. A work of art, man. You know, when a dog got a bond with his owner, he don't play no games. And I ain't talking about the first 5 minutes. I'm talking about all damn day. You know, all day, man. When you reach down in your soul and you tell him get up and do what he gotta do, man, that dog feel you. He understand what you're talking about because you got a bond with him. You see? Yeah, man. That bond is the most important thing. That's why when you got a bond with a dog, you may not even have to train him for protection. He ain't gonna let nobody fuck with you. That's why Mellow Yellow bite, and she may bite. It's not that I didn't even put it in protection training. It's that I got a bond with her. She not gonna let nobody fuck with me. You know, she may not do things as a trained protection dog may do it, or she may growl a little more prematurely than a trained protection dog may do it. But it's all good because I know her intentions are good. You know, you coming towards me, and I'm the one that put the food on the plate, put the food on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why she do what she do. You know, but I tell you like this: she don't produce human aggressive dogs. That line of dogs don't produce human aggressive dogs. But I have seen them. Some of the dogs be shy over the decades. You know, when you put a dog on a chain and you don't never mess with them and you leave them in the woods, and the only time you mess with them is when you go to feed them, they'll become shy. You'll be shy if somebody did you like that. You'll be shy and not want to bother with want nobody to bother with you and different things. You know, I know I could bring the best out of a dog, and I'm not gonna say that my dogs do the same thing with the next man dogs did, because I'm telling you the honest truth. I, I had one shy dog that was shy as a puppy, and I brought that out of the dog, and I did it on video. I don't got the video to show y'all now, but it was a Redboy Frisco dog. I want to say like a Santos or something like that. The dog was coming down on Santos, and I want to say some of that Redboy stuff. She was scared to walk, like I told y'all when I got her. But I had to sit down and build a bond with her. I had to sit down and feed her peanut butter every day. Take one step at a time. And I literally mean one step on the leash, one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? One step at a time. By the end of the week, we taking 5 or 6 steps. By 2 weeks, it's progress. We about to walk out the yard. And knowing where I came from, I'm cool with that. You know, I ain't gonna rush it. You know, like I said, sit down right beside her, give her that peanut butter. She come up to me and eat that peanut butter. I put a leash on her, and I just take 2 or 3 steps out of the chain thing. First, she didn't even move. Then she take 1 or 2 steps. Then she, like I said, she get to the edge of the yard. Next thing you know, we run around the track out there. All that shit come from letting them dogs know that you fuck with them like they gonna fuck with you. A lot of y'all cornball ass dog owners, you want to get a dog, and you listen to all these stories these brothers say and all these stories these brothers talking about and reading all these sporting dog journals, and you think these dogs is gonna perform looking at a damn pedigree. Oh, this is a so-and-so bred dog, he gonna perform. Man, listen here, like I told you, a lot of y'all got good dogs, but your pedigree ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it in you, but you expected the dog to have it. That shit come both ways. A great dog need a great dog man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the dang on day. Yes, sir, man. Hey, Bruce, I know if we was in the Wild Wild West days, the way you got your dog, it'll be no problem with you controlling that dog in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Just off the strength and the bond that you got with your dog. That's why when brothers say which dog is better, house dog or outside dog? Man, listen here. If your dog not slovenly fat because you got him in the house and all, and he's in shape and she's in shape, that shit don't matter. You gonna have that dog gonna be closer to you because you got him in the house, but not saying it's gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's gonna be a better dog because you got him in the house, but I'm gonna say he has the potential to be closer to you because you got him in the house and you're gonna be spending more time with him. Now, if you just got him in the house in a cage all day long and he in a little kennel cage all day long, you know, that's a different story. I'm talking about he housebroken or she housebroken. They're not gonna shit or piss in the house. They can sit down and look at TV like you can sit down and look at TV. When you go to eat, they don't eat off your plate, but you'll throw them a little steak or something, or you'll throw them a little bit of food. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Man, that dog gonna be tough. It ain't no sucker coming up from no dog that you got a bond with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brothers, they never had a bond with a dog, so they'll never understand what I'm talking about. You know, and like I said, they got the nerve to come down in a dog that I'm selling and thinking I'm gonna engage in conversation about fighting. You know, that's how I know ignorant is as ignorant does, man. You know, uh, and I see exactly why this dog game is in the situation it's in modern day time. You know, oh, and Bruce and Ken Light and y'all brothers, man. Genetics rocking. What's going on with you, big dog? Genetics. The brothers are willing to say, oh, the YouTube messed the dog game up as well. The social media, YouTube. Nah, man. Y'all Facebook groups messing the dog game up. And when you talking about social media, Facebook groups, you ain't heard one brother got messed up because of a damn YouTube channel that said anything about him. You know, even the clown that they told not to get on YouTube no more, still on YouTube. He ain't even got messed up. YouTube ain't messing you up. It's them Facebook groups messing you up. You don't know talking to damn police officers that's acting like they dog men. And they watching you put all this crazy shit up there. And then they document it, and then they come take your damn dogs. And then they show you what you're talking about. When they take your dogs, they show you all the shit you up here talking about. Matching this and what's proven. What's proven in rum dogs. Rum dogs mean you got to register a merit dog, which means your dog got to be producing dogs that's fighting. You know, you got to be producing fighting dogs. So I wouldn't advise no brother to get up there and say they got a rum dog in modern day time. That's on you to do that. Do what you want to do. You know, I can't stop you or I can't make you. But I wouldn't advise no brother to say you got a rum or a poor dog, man. Leave that talk to the birds and the ones that want to get indicted, you know. But like I said, the question I got to ask is, if you know them Big John dogs wanting up the par back in the days, why brothers didn't go into them Big John dogs when you was good with the crew, you know? I'm quite sure they would have gave anybody that smoke. And we talking about 97, 95, 94, 93, you know what I'm saying? 96. They would have gave brothers that smoke. But it's a lot of great dogs out there, man. You just got to take your time and look for them. You know, when you sometimes you be lucky enough to have a great pedigree with a great dog, but you just got to look for your greatness, man. Don't let somebody tell you, even me, you know, don't just let me tell you that these dogs are great. Look for them. Look for what you're looking for in the dogs and see is that what you see in the dogs and study these dogs for year after year, month after month, not just one dog. You can't just buy a dog from me, one dog, and say, oh, the Big John dogs ain't nothing. I got one for Pelican Bay, they ain't nothing. I mean, that's one dog. You gonna judge a line of dogs off one dog? I mean, you can't do it. You know, you can't do it. People do it all the time, but you can't do it, man. You can't judge a line of dogs off a breeding that you made because there's 50% your dog, 50% of the other dog. You know, Your dog might be the reason they produce bullshit puppies when you made that breeding. It don't necessarily gotta mean they dogs was producing the bullshit, you know. So, just take time, man, and study the line of dogs that you're dealing with. May take you 5. Time go by fast nowadays, 5, 10 years. But study the dogs. Know what you're working with, and that way you can. The way I say, oh, I know I'm getting high percentages of dogs if I want to take them hog hunting. Working dogs if I want to pull weights or something like that, because I know they're gonna be coming if I use some type of a toy or something to make them pull the weights. I know they're gonna pull with all their might and all their strength. You know. Now, I keep telling brothers, each dog is their dog. So when I say that, I mean, if I go back and say, if I come out here right now and say, oh, the Big John dogs aren't what they were back in the days, for one, they was close off Big John back in the days. Now they're gonna be further away from Big John. You're looking for a Big John, your dog have Big John traits when your dog may have Fletcher traits, or your dog may have Rattler traits, or your dog may have Buddy traits, or Quick traits. The same way I say about the Redboy dogs and all that stuff. What Redboy dog still got the traits from the old school Redboy dog? You can't just breed a Redboy dog and think you got them same damn old school traits back there. The modern dogs got traits as well. Same way Redboy had his traits when he was bred. Every dog has their traits. Same way I say you can breed the Mayday, but you can breed the Mayday little mate brother. It don't mean you're gonna get the same quality of dog. You can breed the Mayday sister. It don't mean you're gonna get the same quality of dog. Mayday made a name and he did what he did. And that's the same thing I say brothers try to do in modern day time. You won't breed the Fletcher, but you'll go around him and try to breed to something like him. And then try to compare that to Fletcher them. You can't do that. Oh, you don't like that. Oh, Fletcher them ain't producing nothing. I done had some of that stuff. You had some of that other shit. You didn't have nothing from me. And my dog got his own traits. Mellow Yellow got her own traits. You know what I'm saying? It's a chance. I'm gonna say it like this. It's because they're supposed to be doing this. It's a chance Mellow Yellow or Fletcher can be some of the best producing Big John dogs that ever live. It's a chance that one of your dogs may be the best Big John producing dog that ever lived. Big John them was from the fucking early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, late 90s. That shit is nothing but a piece of paper now, man. You know how many dogs done came since then? So many dogs done came in the game since then, and you got to look at their traits. And when we look at these papers and these pedigrees and we try to, oh, this a Redboy, this a Jeep, man, them dogs not producing what they was producing when they was straight off a Jeep. They might be producing better. They know they could be producing better. But a brother like me, like myself, I'm gonna use myself, because I had dogs coming directly off of the Jeep stuff. I'll be like, oh, the Jeep dogs aren't what they used to be. They aren't what they used to be because I'm trying to compare them to a dog from 40 years ago. That's why they're not what they used to be. I got to compare them to the dogs that they're coming off of now. And just because it got a lot of Jeep in the pedigree, or it might be a pure Jeep dog in the whole pedigree, if they're not directly coming like Jeep in the third generation, the second generation, then man, Jeep is far away from them dogs. You got so many Jeep dogs that been born since then, but brothers weren't keeping up with it because you want to keep going back to Jeep. Oh, Jeep this and Jeep that and Jeep this. And slowly but surely, we getting further and further away from these dogs. Slowly but surely, year after year, we get further and further away from these dogs. And you're not keeping track of which dogs is producing. Which, like I said before, which dogs are the smart dogs like your Bolio dogs? Bolio from the fucking 70s. But we still talking about breeding the Bolio to get these type of traits. Which dogs off of Bolio carry them traits that Bolio possess? Off a buck, that buck possess. We ain't keeping, and I ain't talking about just modern day time. We lost track of this stuff. We stopped keeping track of it a long time ago. Because if so, Redboy would be irrelevant. Jeep would be irrelevant. Chinaman, Eli, and all them dogs will be irrelevant because you have other dogs to talk about from the late 90s and the early 2000s. If you was keeping track of all this shit and not giving, still trying to breed for a Redboy dog or still trying to breed for a Jeep dog. You know, Jeep was a little bit, you know, well, I'm gonna say that's maybe about the same era. Eli from the fucking 70s. Now, I want to speak about this as well. Because we always say Jeep got the Eli stuff in him and different things, and he's an Eli dog. Jeep ain't no damn Eli dog unless he got Eli all through the pedigree. He got Eli in him, you know, because of the bully son stuff. He got Eli in him, but he ain't no Eli dog. Eli can't produce shit like how Jeep produced. The proof is in the pudding. Each dog produced their own traits, their own style. Jeep produced 1,000 times better than what the fuck Eli was producing. You know? And I'm just going by what I seen in my days. I could be wrong. It's my opinion. You know? But Jeep was 1,000 times better producer than what Eli was when you putting them head to head. Eli ain't in the top 5 in the rum list from back in the days. Jeep was the top of the rum list. Now, you wanna compare Jeep to another hellified breeder, you're gonna say Grand Champion Yellow. And I know my Eli brothers probably disagree with certain things, but I mean, hey, you gotta look at it for what it is. We always want to say Eli and Jeep pedigree, but Eli hadn't produced nothing like what Jeep produced. You know, so I mean, hey man, it is what it is. You know, you can't really help for having some dogs in your pedigree like Tudor's Dabo. You know, but I mean, we can't really compare Dabo because that's before our era. You got some of them old schoolers out there that may have seen Dabo before, and may have bought dogs directly off Dabo. You know, but me myself, and I'm not gonna argue to say that Dabo, you know, wasn't producing the caliber of dogs like Jeep was producing. You know, because I wasn't in that era, so I don't really know. But I know when you talk about the Eli dogs, the dogs that's pure Eli, and I really wasn't in the Eli era either, as far as getting the dogs directly off Eli. That's before my time. But I'm just going by what they got on record. For what they got on record, Eli didn't produce like Jeep produced. Jeep got a whole bunch more other dogs in him outside of Eli that can be credited for his production. Finley Bow, you know, look out when Honey Bunch produced other dogs. How did them dogs produce? You know, how was their production when Honey Bunch bred the other dogs outside of Finley Bow and got offspring of them dogs? Were they producing like Jeep? So every dog got their own traits. And y'all think that little teeny bit of Eli made Jeep the better producer? Nah. What's going on, Trevor Leahy? What's going on, my brother? I meant to drop that link down there for anybody, you know, that wanted to answer the Big John question. As far as for people that weren't satisfied with the puppies they bought, you know, or things like that, why you didn't use them boys as fresh bait? I'm saying if I went and bought a dog for Brother Fat Bill back in the days and I didn't like it, you know, I would have damn went back into him. You know, and I love to get a black dog back in the days, man. I love to go into a black dog. There's just more money in my pocket. Them damn Eli dogs and them damn them dogs like that. I feel the way Brother Fat Bill feel. And Fat Bill, I wasn't trying to talk real kind of, I wasn't trying to talk stupid shit to you on my last video that I made. I was just trying to make a point, dog. Brothers all do certain things. Like I said, you old right now, and I expect you to, somebody jump on you to call the police or something like that. But when you go on your page and say this and say that and say this and say that, and then you turn around and go to a dog show and tell somebody you're gonna call the police on them, that should just make you sit down and think for a second. You know what I'm saying? And that clip that I played was 3 years ago. And I done heard you call people names since that time. But you did the same damn thing when somebody tried to take your damn cell phone. So that just need to make you sit back and think, like, leave them folk alone. Whatever happened in the past, it happened in the past. It ain't something you got to try to get clout off of. You don't hear me. I may have mentioned that Crossroads shot me up, but I give Crossroads props. I don't dwell on Crossroads shot me up with the police. I don't dwell on that. Because the man had good dogs. I talk about the good times we had together. You know what I'm saying? Trevor say Jeep is a Kobe Dabo dog. Yep. But they say he got a little Eli in him, Trevor. Back there, I'm not sure which dog. Like I said, I think it's coming from the Honey Bunch through the Bully Son stuff. When they say, because when I first dropped Sambo Pedigree back in the couple years back, the brothers jumped on my ass talking about I got an Eli dog because he's a Jeep dog. And matter of fact, let's look at a pedigree. Let's look at a pedigree or two real quick. Let's go. Let me pull up Sambo Pedigree. Give me a second. Let me get the pedigree up real quick. Let me get the pedigree up real quick. Man, this damn StreamYard, boy. All right. Let me take this comment down. Take that banner down. All right. All right, let's go to now I told y'all about Jaguar. Now look how Jaguar's bred. That's Sambo grandmama. Now you tell me that's not a pure Jeep dog? Or closest to pure Jeep as you gonna get. All right, now let's see how far Eli is from Jeep. All right, Eli is in the 3rd generation on Jeep. One time in the 3rd generation. Let me check this dog Bowles out, Boudreaux's Bowles. He's a blind Billy dog. So Eli in the 3rd generation one time, and y'all think that's enough to talk about it? All these other dogs in the 4th generation, in the 3rd generation, Colby's Cheetah, Colby's Rusty, La Passe's Bullet, La Passe's Tiger Lily, Boudreaux's Spook, which is the blind Billy dog, Carver's Cracker, and Trans Beauty. But the only thing they see is the Eli. That's for them Eli fans, The only thing they see is Eli. That's how they do a lot of dogs. Eli being in the pedigree one time, and they say they got an Eli dog. That ain't no damn Eli dog. You got Eli in your dog. And like I always say, just because they say Boudreaux don't mean it's an Eli dog, because Mr. Boudreaux had other dogs. Brother sent me a pedigree where Mr. Boudreaux had a Redboy dog. Now, what if it was pure off that dog? When I say pure, I mean heavy bred off that Boudreaux's Redboy dog. And all you seen was the name Boudreaux. You'll be around here telling people you got an Eli dog and the dog ain't got a speck of Eli in it. Nothing but damn Redboy. Just because you see the Boudreaux name. And like I said before, this back in the golden era right here, right? And you see how Sambo pulling? It's a dog DOA just off that picture right there. There's a DOA. You know, and he trying to scratch to him. He trying to scratch to a down dog. In case them brothers wanted me to scratch the win and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I took my pictures of my dog back in the day, because I wouldn't be able to, y'all wouldn't believe half the shit I was saying, and you probably still don't believe it, you know? But you wouldn't even believe it if I wouldn't have had my little card and had my little pictures and all that stuff, man. I was with the shits back then, promoting my stuff, man. Let's see here. That Jaguar dog, Hollins Julio, coming directly off Bailey's Bingo. And this one, the Grand Champion Yellow, son. So let's see how Hollins Julio, see how much Redboy he got in him compared to any other dog that's in the pedigree. Hollins Julio dog. Is he a pure Redboy dog, or does he have Jeep in him or something like that? Let's check it out. Okay, Hollins Julio. Grandson of Redboy. On the top. Coming down off Crenshaw's Hunter Red. Smith's Whitehead. The Whitehead dog is coming down off the Magnum dog, which is a son of Finley Bow. So it got a little out in him right there. A little Redboy Jocko Jeep on the bottom, very, very bottom. So Hollins Julio is Redboy on the top, Redboy Jocko Jeep on the bottom. Not much Jocko Jeep, but it's enough to say Jocko Jeep on the bottom side. Heavier Redboy. So I'm gonna say Hollins Julio. If I can go off percentages, I'm gonna probably say Hollins Julio is about at least 75% Redboy and 25% of your Jocko and Jeep. At least 75% Redboy with this bottom half of this Redboy coming right there off of Bailey's Bingo and Marlowe's Peaches. And then this, even on the bottom side, you got Redboy and your Redboy Jocko stuff. Tance Toe Jam. Now let me tell y'all, brothers, you always be wanting to talk about touching something and proving something. And man, when Mike Caton had Toe Jam wasn't a roller. What was the purpose of rolling him when he was directly off Grand Champion Yellow? He touched him 1 or 2 times. I think he touched him on the yard 1 time just to see what he's gonna do on his own yard. You know. But it wasn't no point of touching the dog like that. I had one of the only dogs off of this dog, Champion Crunch, right here. This is Champion Fatty, Little Mate Little Mate brother. I know for a fact it was the first one that ever came off of him, because Ed was like, he never got no puppies off the dog Crunch. And I had the dog. That's why I told y'all the dog name was Cormega, named after the rapper Cormega back in the days. You know, he was a little short dog though. He didn't get big as Sambo and Fatty them. But this dog right here, Crunch, Eric gave that to my partner. But the dog died on the way home. And I keep saying it. I think 600 the one beat him, but I'm not 100% sure which dog it was. I want to say it was the dog 600, but he gave him to my partner because he lost, and he died on the way home. This dog right here, Champion Honey Bunch, I was gonna buy a dog off of her from the Philippines back in the early 2000s. You know, some brothers had, I want to say the brothers had a dog. It was either the Honey Bunch dog herself or a dog off the Honey Bunch dog. I want to say it was the Honey Bunch dog himself, and the dog was overseas. And I was gonna buy a dog off of that dog, but it could have been a dog off of the Honey Bunch. But I just remember seeing that name, and it wasn't your Honey Bunch dog from the Jeep stuff. It was this Honey Bunch, and that's the Jimmy Jam dog that I be talking about all the time that they got up there as well. This group of dogs here, man, is some of the best dogs that came off of Grand Champion Yellow. That at least Crossroad had them off that fatty stuff and that toe jam stuff. Them dogs were some hellified dogs because they had that Jeep in them. Them dogs were some hellified dogs. I had the little mate sister to this dog, two of the little mate sisters to this dog right here. One was named Tammy, and I forgot what the other one name was. But we got her as a grown dog from Eric. It was probably about 3 years old when we got her. We bred her back to Fatty, and we got an all-white puppy off that, one all-white puppy off that breeding, and that puppy died. And that was bred back to his little mate sister. You know, look how he bred, man. But like I said, when I got when we, and especially Fatty little mate sister, I was still in high school when we got them dogs. Maybe 12th grade at the most. When I got Sambo, that was years later. After we had these dogs right here, that was years later. Fatty was an old dog then. You know, when Eric got out the game after he got busted, when he was getting out the game selling all his dogs, Fatty had to be at least 7 to 8 years old then. That was after he done lost the Barracuda and all, you know, all that stuff was way before then. I know for a fact when Fatty them was born in 1996. You know, now in 2008, that's exactly why they say Fatty is 12 years old now. I didn't even pay that no attention. They say Fatty is 12 years old when they made this post. They say last modified in 2008, which would have made him 12 years old because he was born in 1996. And I always tell y'all brothers, I remember that because Mayday made Dog of the Year that year, and Eric was telling us about it. You know, when you're a young fella, you remember certain things, you know. And you know, we were so into the dogs, and Eric was walking us around the yard telling us about this stuff. And he was like, Mayday made Dog of the Year. And shit. So I always remember Fatty then was born in 1996. Oh, it say 1996 up there. It say 1996. I see it now. But me and my partners had the opportunity to buy all these dogs from Crossroad before anybody got these dogs. Um, Eric was trying to sell him for 5,000. Trying to sell the dog Pee Wee for 5,000. That's the dog directly off Mayday. Hey, Vance, you say that's a battle cross there, right? Vance say that's a battle cross. That's 3 different bloodlines in it. Jeep, Redboy, and Jocko. But hey, now what about my dog? How would you say what would you say mine was, Vance? Cause this dog right here, Crossroads Sadie, we was gonna buy that dog. She was a little, probably about a 35-pound dog, maybe about 30, between 35 and 37 pounds or something like that. She was a short dog. Oh, but I will say this, boy. That dog right there, Jaguars, Fatty Mama, that was an ugly damn dog there, boy. Her legs was all deformed. You see how much Jeep she got in her? Her legs was deformed. I couldn't take her out and walk her in the public like how I do my dogs now. I couldn't take her out like that because she wouldn't be able to walk down the street, and she can walk, but she just had some fucked up legs and stuff, man. She looked it crazy. She had a messed up like a hog. She had a face like a pig, like her, her muzzle was funny looking. Might have been an underbite or something like that. But she had a funny looking muzzle, and her legs was real messed up, like like how inbred dog. They say inbred dogs look. That's how Jaguar looked. But she was a hellified producer. I'm willing to bet you, Eric wouldn't. I can't see him selling that dog when he was getting out the game. I don't think he sold that dog. She probably died on the yard or he put her down. Now, with my dog, compared to if I compare my breeding to Fatty, mine may have a little more red boy in it through that Hollins Julio stuff than what Fatty had in him. Because he was coming directly off Jaguar, and mine was like, coming down off Jaguar. Now, let me go to the let me see, can I pull up some of Sambo offspring that the brother was doing the breeding with, uh, that got him for me. I'm gonna go to that Manny Fresh dog, because that's the same dog. Monster Man Manny Fresh. Okay, that's another picture, Bo. Now, go to his offspring. That's one of his daughters there. That Edward Spice stuff. Go to the offspring. I'm gonna see if I can go to one that got that's one of Sambo's daughters. Go to the offspring of that. See how far I can take this offspring down and see how far I can follow this offspring. Now, I remember the dog, let me see, is it Cain? It's a gospel. They took it into some epinate stuff on this breeding right here. Epinate Hillside Rat, Hillside Susie, Bar Cayman's Cowboy, and that particular breeding. Let me check out the Gospel Dog real quick. Sambo grandson. Went to some of the Longs dogs, Hardcore Kennels, Marlowe's Chance. That's a Redboy dog. Hampton's Boking. See what that dog coming down off of. What they say, Jeep Redboy blood coming from Chance and his only breeding ever. They got some of the Mr. Wesley Truitt dogs in it. So this the only breed they made off a Chance right here, huh? See if that dog had any offspring. They ain't got no offspring off him. They got a Fargo dog in it. Some balls in the back, balls, Red Oak. Pat Patrick stuff. Mountain Man's Chocolate Lively. Gibson's Fargo. That Fargo dog is a Boils dog on the top side and Jeep on the bottom side. Jeep Rascal. Boils, Jeep Rascal stuff. That's what the Fargo dog is. Let me go back to yeah. All right. This the dog I was trying to buy from a brother in North Carolina not too long ago. I was trying to get him from him. This dog right here and his offspring, I want to say. And then one of the boys start hating on me and he ended up giving it to somebody else. He couldn't even breed the damn dog. Dog was damn crazy as hell and he had an AR. And I was trying to get the dog back just off of, let me see, I'm going to his offspring because it was off of this dog. I was just trying to get the dog back just off GP because it had my stuff in it. Little monster. This dog right here, it's only got a quarter of Sambo in it and the top right there. But I was still trying to get it back just off the strength that I knew what it was. And you know what I'm saying? He was bullshitting around and let somebody else then trick him out of it because I was gonna breed it back to that Redboy Jocko stuff we had, like the Big John stuff and different things like that. To strengthen that Redboy Jocko back up in these particular dog. He let somebody talk him out of it and they ain't do shit with it because I don't see no offspring from it. Now, this published right here was posted in 2012. That's double Sambo on the top and Sambo on the bottom side. and Sambo on the very back of the fourth. Through the red, all of coming through the red man dog though. No offspring from that one. But yeah, I was trying to get that dog, man. I'd have showed him what to do with it. And in this situation, I'm gonna tell you how the brother played it. If I would have got up there and act like I didn't want the dog, he was gonna let me get the dog. But the more and more I talked to him about the dog, the more and more he decided to keep the dog. You know what I'm saying? I could have got up there and say, "Oh man, that dog ain't shit. I'll take him though. I'll take him from you." And he was ready to let me get the dog. You know, but when I'm saying I want the dog and oh let me get the dog and he was making plans to let me get the dog. But like I said, he had another person in his ear, and you know how that go. You know how that go, man. But I can see Sambo in this dog right here. I can see him. He looks just like Bo. And some of the other offspring that I had. When I bred Sambo with another toe jam female, that shit made too much lay down in them puppies. The dogs are laying down. The one I had, he laid down so much. I'm gonna tell you like this. I put him in a show, and he laid down on the dog so much the dog thought he had quit. And the dog had quit. The one that was on top had quit. And that Sambo dog chased his ass around the corner. I won that day, but he ain't show no offense the whole damn time. His name was Crossbow, like a bow and arrow, like a crossbow. That's what his name was. See, this is what I don't understand. How the hell y'all modified and post this shit in 2024? How y'all do that, man? It's 2026. That's only 2 years ago. How the hell y'all damn post a dog off of Sambo bred with this dog right here in 2024? Well, I tell you, boy, you gotta watch it out here, boy. You got to watch it out here. Maybe they just posted it just to see how the pedigree look. No, just to see how oh hell no. They got the dog tan black mask. That dog ain't off no damn Sambo in no 2024. Or maybe maybe the dog was born back in the days and they just posted it in 2024. I'm gonna give it that, give it that. Maybe the dog was born back in the days and they just posted it. A-team yellow girl. Nah, as far as I know, this pedigree, this dog here don't never existed. I'm gonna keep standing on that. This dog here never existed. Yeah, man, I like them pure Redboy Jocko dogs, Jeffrey. Pure Redboy Jocko dogs. That's what my title say. Pure Redboy Jocko dogs is the best. When you talking about Redboy Jocko, if a lot of good ones come across. It's just a debatable topic. It ain't a whole lot of pure Redboy Jocko out there when you talking about families of Redboy Jocko dogs. The Big John dog is one of the only pure Redboy Jocko families left out there. And I'm talking about pure from the all 16 slots in your pedigree in the 4th generation. 16 slots. Every last one of them slots going back to Yellow, Chavis, or Mr. Burns. Brother Van says, so do you think Eli line with crosses or the Redboy Jocko line was the best? I'm gonna say it like this, man. I'm a Redboy Jocko fan. You know, my Eli dogs was always the one I want you to have, Vance. When I seen you, I want you to have an Eli dog so I could take your money. You know what I'm saying? Back in my days, you know, and then the motherfucker that had an Eli dog put fear in my heart back in the damn days. I don't give a damn about all that biting shit. You know what I'm saying? I want my shit to, back then would just come across that line and we gonna take the weather. We gonna weather the storm. We ain't worrying about all that biting. I ain't seen that all that. No, I'll take the bite. But I can't say I haven't seen all the crosses with the Eli stuff. I seen some great Eli dogs that brothers had that was crossed out and different things, you know. But a lot of times brothers didn't tell you how they was bred when you went to their ass. You know, you just might be know it was an Eli dog, but you know, might be a little bit of Eli in it, a little bit of this in it, a little bit of that in it. Now with crosses, when you crossing it, I still think, you know, I'm just gonna ride with the Redboy Jocko dog. I believe you take that Redboy Jocko, go into the buck stuff, you getting a better dog. You take the Eli going to the buck, and the Redboy Jocko ain't going to the buck. I think you're getting a better dog, you know, with the Redboy Jocko into the buck. You take the Redboy Jocko into the Chinaman, and you take I can't say Chinaman because that's the Eli. You take the Eli into the Bolio, and you take the Redboy Jocko into the Bolio. I think you're getting a better dog. You take the Redboy Jocko into the Jeep, you take the Eli into the Jeep. I think you're getting a better dog. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, you know. A lot of times, man, some of these brothers with the Eli dogs, you can't just take that dog. And I'm speaking about the Wild Wild West days now. You selective putting that dog on certain kind of dogs. You don't want to just run out there and bring the smoke to any damn thing that's in your weight. And that's why I like them Redboy Jocko dogs, because we ain't never had to back down from shit. If you in my weight, I don't give a damn what kind of bloodline you got. Bring that motherfucker. Balls, Eli, Jeep, whatever you got. Now, you know, I never had a Redboy Jocko and Bully Son, but I did have that because I had the Redboy Jocko Jeep. You know, and you're going to have the Bully Son back in the Redboy Jocko Jeep. So that's the only way I had the Redboy Jocko Bully Son. But if you speaking about a Redboy Jocko straight Bully Son breeding without having a Jeep in it, I don't know. I never had that. I'm quite sure that made a great dog, though. Redboy Jocko Alligator made a great damn dog. So if you bred Alligator to Eli or Redboy Jocko the Alligator, you know, I think you're going to get the better dog with the Redboy Jocko Alligator. One thing Redboy Jocko has also showed over the years that it can take inbreeding better than Eli dogs can take inbreeding. But you know, and it's kind of biased with the way I'm speaking about it. It's kind of biased because I kind of lean towards the Redboy Jocko throughout my career back in them days. You know, so I have to have a brother up here with me that actually he was a Eli man, like the way I'm a Redboy Jocko man, and he could kind of defend the Eli stuff, you know, and speak up for the Eli stuff the way I'm speaking about the Redboy Jocko stuff. Cause I know the Eli dogs made great dogs, man. I know they made great dogs. It's just, you know, to each his own. If I was an Eli fanatic, then I could probably tell you the dogs that you should breed the Eli stuff to get you your certain kind of dogs. You know, I never had a Boudreaux Eli dog. I always got the Eli stuff that we had. It all came from the Garner them side. You know, and now that I look back at it as a grown man and we looking at these pedigrees, Garner not really pure Eli when we talking about the Frisco dogs and all that stuff, because that got the bolio, the snooty stuff in it, and different little things, but it's not pure Eli. My homeboy had a La Passe dog, man. That joker looked good. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm not real familiar with them as far as to say they the best or this. The most dogs I had came from Mr. Garner, them type bloodline, and the Redboy Jocko stuff. We had a few Bolio dogs from some brothers in Tennessee. I'm not sure his name, but he met us and bought us some dogs, and they came from the Tennessee area. They was a little small, 30-some pound dogs. Um, my partner had a bunch of dogs from Carolina Game Dog, a bunch of his stuff. Like I said, he was going by the Jethro dog, but he just didn't get them from Carolina Game Dogs. Um, we had a bunch of that stuff. But as far as the Eli, most of the Eli dogs that I actually had hands on with came from Mr. Garner, and they was percentages of Eli. There wasn't no pure Eli stuff. I never in my life had a Boudreaux dog. And my only real beef with black dogs back in my days wasn't the Eli. It was because they hold their scratches too damn long. I didn't like no dog that stayed scratched up all the damn time. You can't, just scratched up 24/7. Scratched up from a match he had early in the year in this damn August. And this motherfucker matched in January, and he still looked like he fresh out of damn show. That's the only reason I got out of the black dogs, outside of them Red Boy Jocko dogs doing their thing, when the yellow stuff came. And see, I could take a good dog off of that yellow stuff. I could take him and I can work him down to your Eli dog. And I'll big dog your ass. Your dog about 40 some pounds, maybe 50 pounds or high 40s or something. I take that yellow dog and I'll bring him down, take his weight down, and he gonna have a bigger frame, a bigger dog, and he gonna shoot to that motherfucker ass. Them Eli dogs will quit on you on top. Well, any dog, I'm gonna say that any dog will quit. Any dog will quit on top. But them Eli dogs, man, sometimes they just give up on you. But like I said, man, it's it was millions, it was thousands of dog brothers out there back in the days. I wasn't the only one. And I know brothers had success with every damn line it is to have. Bolio dogs, you probably got brothers who had success with Bolio dogs the way I speak about the Red Boy Jocko dogs. Eli dogs, the way I speak about them. And so, everybody tell their story from wherever they was staying at. You got 50 some states, brothers of bulldogging in all the states or whatever, and everybody had their success for their areas. And some brothers traveled and went to certain other places and stuff like that. But I know, right, like if this was the Wild Wild West days and the laws were still the same, I'd take a good Red Boy Jocko dog and I'd go across the country with him. I wouldn't be afraid to put him on nothing. I want to say it was a dog named I think I want to say Texas something, Texas Pete, or it was somewhat similar to that. I don't want to say that was his name. I was trying to put bull on him during my damn days, but I don't want to say that was his damn name because I just remember something. It was Texas something. You know, he was a brown dog. Now I was trying to get a piece of him. He would have been the longest. I know he was coming from across the country somewhere, I guess. And Vance, I think what if I ain't get what you said confused or whatever, but I think if a great dog man get all the lines that we talking about, I believe he can do something with all them lines. That's why I say it can be an Eli dog and he can't be stopped because he with the right person. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you got a Redboy Jocko dog or a Jeep dog or whatever, if he fit that weight, if he was in that weight, he couldn't be stopped because he with the right person during them days. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who you got him with. He know how to condition him. He got a good bond with the dog. He making sure the dog healthy whenever he take him out. Making sure he got a high blood count. He ain't going overheat too fast and all that type of stuff. Um, he'll be able to recover good. A good dog, man, can make the best out of a dog. Can get 100%, 150% out of a dog. And you remember, I ain't sure what bloodline that dog was, but you remember back in the days when them VCR tapes and stuff was out, when they had them Luke Kane tapes, and Luke Kane went against a black damn dog out there in that damn box that day when they had about 100 brothers around that box, screaming and yelling and all that shit. Man, Luke Kane was going against a black dog, and that black dog was doing pretty damn good. Hey, Trevor, I ain't sure if you still out there, Trevor. My brother Trevor was trying to put me on some of that Boudreaux stuff not too long ago, man. I kind of wish I would have got that dog from you, Trevor, back then, and cross it into my Big John stuff now. That shit probably would have made some pretty good dogs off that. Yes, sir, man. Y'all ain't got no pedigrees you want me to pull up before we get up out of here? Any other pedigrees of any other dogs? We can break it down and look at it. I done showed y'all the pedigree of the last dogs off Bobby Peru and Dynamo that I had. I showed y'all that a couple videos back. Let me pull up Garner's Black Chance and see what that dog bred like. I still don't know what that dog bred like, but I know he's up there. I'm gonna see what he's bred like. Dum, dum. All right, Garner's Black Chance. That's the Black Chance dog I tell you that we had. That's coming down off Garner's Maurice, which is a spike dog on top, and Chinaman daughter on the bottom. Snake Man's Pedro Bear, the Chinaman daughter. Had the Art dog in the 4th generation. But we ain't get no puppies off this dog. And we got him as an old dog from Mr. Garner. He was an old dog when we got him, but he still would produce, he said. But we didn't get no puppies off of him. Just got him strictly for a breeding dog. Because he said he was an old dog at the time. We had some of that Beach Boy Billy stuff as well. back in them days. Coming down off Beach Boy Billy. I don't really know. Let me see what the Beach Boy Billy stuff is. That's the Garner stuff. But we didn't get that from Garner. We got that from somebody else. Another brother that was selling that stuff. Well, I guess that was Beach Boy Billy. Now our dog looked more like this dog right here. The one we had off the Beach Boy Billy stuff. He kind of favored that dog a little more. But I can't exactly tell you how he was bred. I just remember the Beach Boy Billy. See what his offspring say. We had one named Cannon. Beach Boy Billy's Orange Crush. Azoy. Hazel. I ain't sure about them. Which one it could have been. Champion Hurt. Full time. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out now, bro. Champion Hurt. That's down off Mr. Bojangles. Big Whiskey. On the top side. Big Whiskey daughter bred back to Big Whiskey. See what this bottom coming from. Tima's Timo on the bottom side. 2 times, got Timo on it 2 times. See what Timo is coming down off of. On the top side, you're looking at a Boils dog, pretty much. Timo's coming down off AAA. Intense Justine. All right. So that's your Redboy Jocko and the Tima's Timo. Washington's Throwback. See what that's the female. Let's see what she coming on off of. So we know we got Boils on the top, Redboy Jocko on the bottom. Chavis Little John. So right now, we got Redboy Jocko on the bottom side. See what this dog right here, the Yogi Jacko coming down off of. Vols Little John, that's your Redboy Jocko. Jeep. Redboy Jeep. Redboy Jocko Jeep. So that's gonna be a Redboy Jocko Jeep dog. Let's check out That dog there, that's coming out War Paint Kennels 10-4. Checkmates Bin Laden. Man, you know what? Time is really flying, man. I was gonna say the dog named Bin Laden, so he got to be a more modern day dog, but the buildings got hit in '01. So Bin Laden from back in the dang day. Time flying, boy. That's off White Tab. And Crossroads Assassinate had a few dogs off Assassinate. I remember me and my partner got a dog, we bought 2 dogs off Assassinate. And man, we didn't even wait 15 minutes. We bought them dogs from Crossroad, and I never made it to my house. We stopped at my homeboy house and we bumped them things at 15. They about 15 months old. Bumped them things in his backyard. They rolled, but they wasn't what I would call high caliber. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we had to sit on them some more. Maybe we had to sit on them. Cause I love that low country stuff, low country Jubal, low country what is Mordecai, that damn Don's turtle. I love that stuff. White Tab. That's a heavy Jeep dog there, Redboy Jeep. Little Homer in the background. So that might be some Homer blood, whatever. I think that Homer is Rascal, right? So we still looking at the big hurt, the champion hurt dog. Just seeing what all he had in his pedigree. Little Town's Foxy. White Tab on that side right there. I'm just touch a few dogs, just kind of get a little basis of how he was breeding it. Hunts Bingo. But pretty much this dog here is a Boyles Redboy Jocko dog. Maybe Jeep in it too as well. Redboy Jocko Jeep and Boyle stuff. Let me check out this champion Newman's buck. That's Boyles, right? The Reno dog. Would that be considered your Boyle stuff? Cherokee Chief. Dirty Mary. Cherokee Chief wouldn't be considered Boyle's dog, would it? Because I don't see no Cherokee Chief coming off no Boyle stuff. He's a bully son dog. And Eli look like bully son and Eli. And that'd be an Eli stuff. Bobby Thrift Jr. Cherokee Chief is the start of some of that Boyle stuff. When I guess Mr. Boyles was getting his dogs from off of that Cherokee Chief dog. Because you see the boat action right there. You see the Arlo dog down there. That dog look pretty good for the little picture that you can see. You can't see the little piece of his face, but body look pretty good. Mm-mm-mm. Pit wise, what's going on? What's going on? We're just looking at some pedigrees, man. If you got a pedigree you want me to check out, I'll check it out. At this point, before I get up out of here or anything like that. I like that dog though, man. I had a question about them Boils dogs. Can it be a Boils dog without Dirty Mary in it? Did Mr. Boils have any foundation dogs that he used in that bloodline without Dirty Mary? I see pretty much, she was in a lot of stuff. Or must your Boils dog have Dirty Mary in it to be a Boils dog? Check out old Boils Herschel. See what he coming down off of. Now, hey, I see a controversial dog in that pedigree right there now. I see a controversial dog in that pedigree. I'm about to go back to it. I'm gonna go back to it. So the Herschel dog coming down off of Cherokee Chief or the Reno dog, the Boils. That's a straight Boils dog. I see a controversial dog in that pedigree. That damn Kunta dog right there. They say that's a Mayday dog. I don't know. I'm just going by the he say, she say. Them boys say that's a Mayday dog. I don't know. Now I had a dog coming down off the boat action. I had some Boils dogs before. I had quite a few Boils dogs. I had something coming down off the boat action stuff. Um, it's another dog. I ain't sure if it's Boils or not. It's called what's that dog name, man? Not Cremator. Dang, what's that dog name? Not Reno. I had a Reno. I had some dogs off Reno. They ain't got no picture of Big Whiskey. Oh, what about this dog right here? I'm about to look it up now. Vindicator. I had some stuff off. I had stuff off that Lonzo's Vindicator. Man, that's old school stuff there. I had maybe about two dogs off of that Vindicator stuff. Lonzo's Vindicator and Brewer's Vindicator. That's the same dog. Mine was saying Lonzo's Vindicator, the one that I had. We got three different Vindicators. You got McGee's Vindicator, Lonzo's. I guess it's the same dog, just different people owned it. Yep, that's the one mine came off right there. What y'all think about them Vindicator dogs? Anybody had any good stuff off that? Trevor say look up 52 527 083. I'm gonna try to look up by the number real quick. 527 083. Is this the right dog? Is this the right dog, Trevor? Hey, I remember that Jimmy Jam dog was Brad. I remember that Jimmy Jam dog was in motion out there, man. Okay. You don't know the dog name, Trevor, that we trying to look up? Cause I ain't sure how to do it off the numbers. When I do it off the numbers, I just type it in the Google thing. It don't really come up right, I guess. This a Corota dog. Corota and Stone City, Kennels, Nico, Miss Nico, Yellow Buck. I like to look him up though, Trevor, if you know his name. Yeah, John, brother say that the damn Kunta dog is a Mayday dog. But I had some more brothers tell me that the Kunta dog was off Big Whiskey. So, I'm just a fella looking from the outside of the glass, man. Ponte's Little Mike. Ponte's Little Mike. Little Mike didn't come up, but Courtney Love came up. See if Courtney Love got Little Mike in it. Man, Little Mike ain't come up for some reason, Trevor. Let me see. Little Mike. Let me capitalize it. Let me capitalize it. Maybe that'll come up there. Point Blank's Little Mike. That's a different dog there, right? That's Point Blank. Let me just type in Ponte's online ped and see what all dogs they got come up. Courtney Love, Sparky, Glock, Megadeth, Maggie, Savannah. Let's go Sparky. Maybe one of them will have the Little Mike dog in it. That's Bobby Thrift Jr. That's ball stuff right there. Forte's Hot Boy. Glock. The Glock. Forte's Glock. Hardcore Bullsack on the bottom side. Hall's Handicap. Boyle's Jasmine. Black Tasmania. Coming down off Cherokee Kennels, Orla Jr. The Little Mike dog ain't popping up for some reason, Trevor. Maggie. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pull up that Bozak. That Bozak dog. That was from the Sparky, I want to say. Was it Sparky or was it Courtney Love though? Which one of them dogs that had that hardcore Bozak in it? Maggie? Maybe it was a Maggie dog. Hey, we just looked at it, man. Which one of them dogs had the Bozak in it, Trevor? I just seen it. It got to be one of these ones on this page right here. It ain't Maggie. I ain't click on the other ones yet. It ain't Sparky. I just seen the Bozak in the dog. I'll just go to Bozak, period. All right. Redboy Rascal. Redboy Jocko Jeep Rascal. Okay, he was a son of Bozak, you said? I'm gonna see if it's not up under this offspring list. Let me check and see if Bozak got any siblings. You know, they have Bozak up there 2 or 3 times. Might be up under one of the other ones. Hardcore's Bozak. See if it's Little Mike. I got Bull Skull's Little Mike. Is that him right there, Trevor? King Scrooge, big salute to you, brother. That's a Bull Skull's Little Mike. I'm gonna check Courtney Love out in a minute. I was just on that, bro. That's the only Little Mike that I see. That's a son of Bozak. Let me check page 2. Bull Skull's Little Mike. Little Dixie. Oh, there you go right there. There you go right there, Trevor. Ponte's Little Mike. That's your handicap on the bottom of that Bozak. Redboy Jocko Jeep Rascal. Then you got your handicap on the bottom side. And that's your boil stuff. See some Patrick's back there. Let me see what the Patrick's dog's coming down off of. That's your Bolio. Now, this is the thing. This is another thing. The Boyle's Dirty Mary is coming down off the Bolio as well. So you got Boyle's Clyde Undertaker coming down off your Bolio stuff. Orla Jr. That's your Eli Bolio. Me and I want to say me and the brother. I want to say Mad Doctor was talking about that a long time ago, a couple shows back. The Eli Bolio dogs crossed from back in the days. And I told y'all I had checked out and see what Indian Sonny was breeding Bolio to, and he was going to the Eli dogs. When he had Bolio, he was going to the Eli making the Eli Bolio crosses. So that was a real popular breeding back in them days, the Eli Bolio stuff. And we're looking at the little Mike dog still. WCC's right hand man. That's your balls, Bolio stuff. Eli, that's gonna be your Eli Bolio as well. Boat action is a Eli or Bully Son, Bolio dog, and Burton's Hank. It's two dogs that I ain't never get a dog off of that I want one. Vance, you should have let me get one of them 357 dogs back in the days if I would have ever met you back in them days. And dang on old Andy Cap, man. I wanted a dog off old Andy Cap. I ain't never get one of them dogs. Never had an Andy Cap dog. That's the Courtney Love dog that you was asking about in the chat, brother. Let me pull it up real quick. See if it'll come up now. Taking a little minute. That Courtney Love dog's taking a little minute to pull up. Let me check my dogs real quick. They're doing a little barking. Let me go out there and check. I might got one bent over out there. I gotta pluck him in the ass. Let me go out there and check real quick. I'm coming right back. Okay, that's the Courtney Love dog. Uncle Willie, what's going on? What's going on? Uncle Willie said he had one off her last 5 breeding. Courtney Love. That was hardcore. That was dog coming off of hardcore breaker. Bred the Grand Champion Yellow. I got your red man, hardcore red man, and the Milo dog. Super Nance boots in the back there. Chavis Wiggles and Super Nance boots and the Jeep on the top side. So that's your Redboy Jocko Jeep on the top side, and then on the bottom side, your handicap stuff when you see some balls down there, which would be your ball stuff. A lot of brothers speak high on them boils dogs, man. That's a line of dogs that I never really got a chance to play with like I wanted to in the Wild Wild West days. To give them a real good or what I think about them. I always wanted some of that handicap stuff. Like I said, I had a few of the ones that I was speaking about, but I never really got to play with them like I wanted to give no kind of opinion about them. Carolina game dog right there, Jethro dog. Now I wish my homeboy, if he still had them papers of a dog that he had named Wonder Woman. That dog had to have some bolio in it, man. She had to have some of that boil stuff in it somewhere or another, cause she looked like them boils dogs. But I don't know what a pedigree is now. I probably have to ask him and see if he got it and pull it up. Uh, yeah, that Courtney Love dog, a nice one. Life old mellow, what's going on, big dog? Yes, sir, man. Salute to you, Polk County. Yes, sir. In the house, Millie, Montana. Man, Doctor, what it is, big dog? Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all, brother, dropping in tonight, man. Hey, Millie, Montana, you talking about Courtney Love grandkids? The one you can say you got? Or you have her or had her? Courtney Love? I want to say one of my dog had some hardcore Bozak in it, man. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Uh, that Snake Eyes dog. I want to say that dog had some hardcore Bozak in it. I remember them saying had some rascal in it. I want to say I'm about to look now though. Doo, doo. Hardcore Bozak. Yep, right there. Had a little bit of that. That dog here loved to ride in the dang on car, boy. I tell you that. That joker used to jump in the dang on car. As soon as I opened the door, he ready to ride. He just was a barnstormer. He blew himself out fast. He was the kind of dog you had to work. He didn't have a whole lot of ability. Maybe, at this picture right here, he was 15 months old, 16 months old in this picture right here. I never had him till he got 3 years old or nothing like that. Um, Let me see how Snake Eyes died. I was going to barber school at the time, and my dogs got loose while I was at school, and I came home and him and what dog was it? Snake Eyes and was it Nitro? It might have been Snake Eyes and Nitro that was coming down off the Crazy Eyes and Shakur dog. Had got loose. One of them had got loose, and Snake Eyes he had got loose, and he went over to Nitro, and he was all fucked up in his damn doghouse. He ended up dying. But I used to like that dog there, man, just because he used to like to ride and all that stuff like that. And he was a real spunky dog. He was a real spunky acting dog. He was big too. But he wasn't big like it say 60-pound chain weight right there. But he was like tall. He had a lot of leg up on him. He wasn't real fat big, like, you know. Now here go another one I had. I ended up selling him. Uh, uh, uh. And I bought these after Sambo beat Johnny One Nut. I got these dogs. That's what I thought about the dog. Even though I beat the dog, I still felt high on him because I would have had to you know, DOA that dog. He was gonna die in the box. He was gonna die in the middle of the ring. But shit. Yep, I had that one. He ain't have he was a scratcher, but he didn't have too much skill. I used to like him because he just had a nice look to him, and he was real friendly, and he just that joker will work. I put that joker on a carpet mill. That's when I was buying them carpet mill. I bought a carpet mill from Grand Carpet Mill. The lady, I think that's a lady that make that, and I used to run him on that. He worked the carpet mill. He worked the slat mill. He loved to work. Now I ain't gonna lie about that. He used to love to work, and he loved to ride in the car. And I want to say his brother was the left ear dog that I was asking y'all about the other day. Did y'all know? Did y'all hear about the left ear dog? I want to say that was their brother, his brother. He was a buckskin black mass dog though. Let me see. Can I pull up Walk 'em All Cyclone? I had some dogs off of him. See if that'll pull up. I'm gonna see if any of the breedings. I never registered the dogs that I had off him though up here. But I'm gonna see if anybody else registered some of the ones. I remember how they pedigree look. Cyclone and Raggedy Ann, Big Mama, Dallas, Triple Girl, Miss Twister, Big Mama. Oh, Raggedy Ann right there. Hopefully they got a picture of their dog up there. Oh, that's P Nitty dog, Cloney. See if we got a picture of her, Cloney up there. Can't really tell. It's kind of blurry. Oh, this is my dog right here too now. Crunch Time John Boy. I bought this from this brother right here. That's off of Cyclone and Big Mama. Dang, they ain't got the picture up there. Let me see if I put the picture up there. Oh, there you go. Yep. I had that dog there. Now that Joker there, he was a little human aggressive, but he wasn't trying to bite me or nothing like that. But I'm talking about once I put him on the chain, he had like he had try to get somebody if they try to take him or something. But his ears stood up on his head. And that Joker, he just a scratch, but he wouldn't do shit when he go across there. He is all Cyclone and Big Mama, which was Big John on the top side, Grand Champion, Big John bred the Grand Champion Yellow daughter. And then he was all Big John 2 on the bottom. So he was more Big John dog than Little John. That Joker there, boy. Old John boy. I used to like, he's look good now. I ain't gonna lie, that Joker was wide. His ears would stand up on his head. He had a pretty nice muzzle on him, but he wasn't shit when it come to getting in that action and stuff like that. He wasn't that. He was mediocre. And I mean, a damn blue dog might kick his ass. You know, I'm gonna do some research. Hey, Mr. Bulldog, it ain't pulling up, man. When the right dogs don't pull up when I put the number in. Let me try to put the number. I'll try another number up here to put it in. But if you got the name, I could definitely look it up from the name. But I'll try the number. But what I was saying, I'm gonna do some research on the old family red dogs, man, so we can start looking up some of them dogs like that. Cause I be hearing a lot of brothers talk about them old family red dogs, and 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 I don't really know what it's going back to outside of like Max and Millie stuff, I think, and some of that Wilder's I think Wilder's Inferno dog, if I ain't mistaken. Now, when they say Wilders, the Wilders and the Hempfield stuff, is they talking about Mr. Mike Wilder that we was talking about, or is that another fella? Okay, okay, yeah. Now I had a dog back in the days off of the Geronimo stuff. Oh, Jake Wilder and Bob Wilder. Okay, okay. I had a dog off the Geronimo stuff. Let me see what else coming down off of Geronimo, Wilder's Geronimo. I ain't sure how to spell it. Oh, let me pull it up real quick. Geronimo 2. Bob Hempfield, Hempfield's Geronimo, Sanders Satan. Now I had an old family red bitch back in the 90s, man. She looked just like that dog there with the ears clipped. She had her ears clipped. I'm guessing that dog there ears clipped. But she looked just like that damn dog. And she was like a dark color orange. Like a dark color orange with them dang on them funny color eyes. She wasn't chocolate or nothing, but she was like a dark color orange. And guess what? You see that dog that say registration, UKC? My dog was registered like that too. She wasn't ADBA, she was registered through that UKC stuff. Her name was Sunny. And I just named her that because she was like red like the sun or orange like the sun. And she was all right, but she ended up getting beat by this dog that I told y'all about a while back named Killer Cam. I ended up putting them two on each other and Killer Cam bust her down. Killer Cam, well, I don't know what she was. I ain't had no papers on her. My homeboys bought her from a big pit bull yard and gave her to me. She came from a man had a whole yard full of pit bulls. She was cream with a red nose. She was probably about 35, between 35 37 pounds. But boy, that bitch was a motherfucking assassin. I don't even remember what happened to Killer Cam, but I know she beat that damn old family red dog I had, and then she beat my other homeboy had a damn dog that he used to think high on and shit, and she had that dog pissing. Got hold of her. I don't know what that little bitch was off of, man. I ain't give a damn though. Sanders Satan. Let's see what that see if they got a picture up there of him. a life of mellow. A lot of people say that a lot of dogs go back to that old family red stuff. And a lot of brothers say that that red boy stuff go back to that old family red stuff, you know what I'm saying, as well. The Ferguson centipede is in the background of that. That's Satan dog. I think the old family red dogs kind of made a resurgent. In my opinion, they kind of made a resurgent because, and like I said, it's my opinion because they may not have went out of style, but in the late '90s, you know, it kind of the Kobe dogs. You know, as far as like you saying, you got a pure Kobe dog, and them old family reds, brothers kind of weeded away from them in my area, and it was going towards your Eli and your Jeep and your Redboy Jocko and stuff like that. You know, and I think you know the and like I said, it could just be my area. It could have always been popular in another area. It just seemed like they're making a resurgence though. That old family red stuff. Dun, dun. You say type in MRB's RCK symbol. Let me see how you said it. MRB's RCK symbol. Let me type that in for you real quick. MRB's RCK symbol. Okay. RCK symbol. Let it come up, let it pull up real quick. All right. Hey, I can't remember which one of them boys. It might have been Yellow One or one of them brothers that straightened me out or let me know what that PR meant. Cause I used to always think that PR meant with that purple ribbon, it meant like they was in a show. They was doing the shows and stuff like that. I never knew it had nothing to really do with their registration and you know that type of stuff. I just thought it was a not necessarily saying it's a show dog, but they actually attend in shows or something. Had a few of them with that PR in it. I see the tents in the bottom, little mall can in the bottom. I mean, start at the very top of the fourth. They got PR all over the dang on place. Little John's, Maserati. Mm, this look like some foreign shit. It ain't really foreign names, but it's foreign to me because I don't really know exactly. I can't see the know what blood is this. I'm gonna check and keep going back and see where it's gonna lead me to. I have to go back the other direction. Is this a foreign dog, man, or this a United States dog. Old Family Red. That's how my dog looked right there, but except she had one of her ears was bent over. She looked about like that same color right there. That dog there look a little more swift than mine looked it though. But mine looked about like that. Tell you the truth. She just wasn't that old. That dog got some age on her right there. My dog was, I think I ended up getting rid of mine when she was probably in a young, about a year or something. See, that's a Old Family Red. Well, that's what his shirt says. Dog don't say that. But she looked like an Old Family Red dog. Oh, okay, got the wilder stuff in it. Now I see it. Yep, yep. See, them dogs gene strong, dog, because them dogs look just like them dogs. You go back to Geronimo, Geronimo looked like that dog, and look how far Geronimo is from that dog. Them dog genes are strong right there, boy. Them Old Family Red dogs. See what that is. See, look at that, man. That's what I'm talking about, looking at pictures and telling what your dog's supposed to look like and different things. This is the fourth generation I'm looking at. Now, this dog look like Geronimo. Let me look at Red Inferno. Red Inferno. Look at Nikki and see what Nikki look like. They got a picture of her. That's why I say it's important to put these pictures with these dogs, man. See, you can see what your dog look like in the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? If you can go to each little name and click on it and see a picture of your dog, it kind of show you where all that stuff coming from. And it still got the same look to it right now. When you look at this dog right here, even the black shit got the damn ears clipped. Well, that's just because it got the ears clip on that one. Red Cadillac. Mm-mm-mm. I bet you that dog there throw some red noses, man. He got them reds in his background. He might be black, but I bet you he'll throw some red nose. Yeah. That Old Family Red blood strong, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. And even the brothers that got the modern day stuff, some of the brothers online that I seen on Facebook, I forgot the brother name, got them good looking red dogs with the ears clipped. Everybody clipped their dog ears with them Old Family Red. I guess that's one of their traits, man, to keep the ears clipped. Just like you got them Mayday dogs, got them big flappy ears, and them yellow dogs. Some of them dogs got them big flappy ears, like they traits. Them Old Family Red dogs, they just have their ears clipped. But they really look like some real good bulldogs like that, though. I guess if you run in a yard full of Old Family Red dogs and you really want to get back to looking like how they supposed to look, then you want to start clipping your dog ears, clipping the puppy's ears and stuff like that. Especially if they looking like this, like the old school stuff. See what this dog look like. Look at that shit. Every one of them damn dogs got the ears clipped, man. Look at that. You tell me them jeans ain't strong, boy. It just got me want to click on any dog and it's gonna come up looking like them same dogs. I ain't got no picture on that one. Hey, Vance say the line is so old, can it still produce high performance dogs? That's the thing, you know, and that's why I say, back in the days, it seemed like over on this side at least, brothers kind of weeded away from it. Not saying that they didn't produce high performance dogs, but it wasn't a brother over on this side of town that was selling a yard full of them dogs that you can compete with the yellow dogs and compete with the Jeep dogs and stuff like that. You know, brothers made a lot of breedings over the years, over the past 20, 30 years, probably with them dogs, and they crossed them with this and crossed them with that. And, they probably, I'm going to say they probably can compete now in nowadays times. And they might was competing back then, because like I said, I'm only one state, one city, one county compared to thousands of counties and cities and 50 states. And this brother here got a Canada damn flag in front of his, so he must be in Canada somewhere with his dog. And you know something? We done heard from all the dog brothers across the world, man. Since all of us start doing these shows, we done talked to brothers in Europe, Africa, but we ain't talked to no brothers in Canada with no damn dogs. And that's right around the corner. We done talked to brothers in Mexico with dogs. And we ain't talked to no Canada brothers with no dang on we had a tree hugger from Canada one time that was down there tree hugging like a motherfucker talking some shit. But we ain't no got no good dog stories from Canada. Yeah, that joker there looked just like my damn female I had, boy. I know she was old family red. I got a dog from my man Big Willie back in the days that had that dang on Geronimo stuff in it. See, when I had this dog here, it's the same time that I had a couple Staffordshires too. And I bred them with my dang on dog coming down off that Cottonham Sheba stuff. But I wasn't doing it because of how the brothers did it. The brothers that speak about it, they was a little older than me back in them days. They said they was making it out, breeding them to them dogs and making it out and different things with the Staffordshires. I didn't do mine for that reason. I did mine, made my breeding for that reason because it was a brother that was selling them dogs, and uh, uh, um I bought one and my other homeboy bought one. My name was Shining. She was brown with a black mask, and she looked good. She was stocky and shit. And I bred it to my Cottonham Sheba female or whatever. But I only did it because she was rolling she was rolling, rolling. From 5 or 6 months old, you let her go as a puppy, she'll roll. And and some bad things that ended up happening with her, and I ended up losing her with my Staffordshire that I had. Them probably would have been some nice damn puppies too, boy. That damn red boy, damn Jocko dog, red boy. He ain't had no yellow in him. He was just like a red boy. And he may have had a tad of Jocko in him, but I want to say he was straight red boy. Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on that old family red stuff, man, because that's some of our old school blood, old school families that we don't really look at that. Look at that joker there. Now that Joker there look like he can go for a while. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? They got him in some pretty good shape for looking wise. 54 pounds. That's a big dog. He way bigger than he look. He don't look 54 pounds right there. He look like a small dog. So that Joker there, 54 pounds, boy, he'll be big and standing in front of you. Condition 48. Big dog. Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on that old family reds. It ain't gonna be something I can just do overnight, though. I'm gonna have to really take my time and just look up some of that old family red stuff. Now that's what Vance. That's what my dog. She wasn't really. She didn't really seem like she possessed that thing on like that powerful look that you talking about. My dog looked more like this dog right here, but she was like she was a pretty dog, but it just she didn't have that look like that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I can't explain it, but it's that like you say that powerful look. That powerful look. Damn, Trevor said he had a Hempfield Wilder dog crossed with alligator and Cotton's bullet that was almost 90 pounds and ripped up. And I done heard plenty of brothers in modern day times say, man, that ain't no pit bull. 70 pounds, that ain't no pit bull. 80 pounds, that ain't no pit bull. That's something else in them dogs. Man, them dogs was big back then, boy. Especially that alligator stuff like that. Small time say he had one off of well, he say it came from brother Marty Cross. That's one thing about it. Now that centipede, now centipede is back there in that background of them old family red dogs. But somehow or another, you got to try to bring that centipede back up. You got to try to, you know, bring that centipede back to the forefront. I'm checking out the bottom side of this dog right here. If that's one you talking about, I'm checking it out now, bro. Don't. Wow, this red bruiser. Now, now see this dog here? She look good, but she don't look like she got a body for battle. But she do look good. But I could be wrong at the same time, you know. I could be wrong. She look like a big dog, I tell you that. Let me check out that fire water dog. They ain't got no what you call it for that. No picture. See what David's red Rambo coming off of. Dog's got some muscles now, I ain't gonna lie. Serona, Dixie, Trouble. Mm, that's a nice looking one there. Now that got that trice stuff in it. Somebody was saying that Redboy got some of that trice stuff in him. That's the trice stuff right there. I don't know if that's considered old family red dogs or not, but I don't see the hemp field and wilder stuff. Yeah, them old school dogs there, boy. They ain't got no pictures of them dogs. Red dot, Wilder's red dot. Off of Geronimo. They go that red devil dog that I was talking about, and Maximilia. I want to say that he coming off the Maximilia dog. Mm. Oh, he ain't coming off of him. He coming off of Iron Duke. That's old family red too, right there, ain't it? That Iron Dusty, aka Red Devil. Yeah. Uh, Now I know that dude who I'm talking about on Facebook with them damn nice looking damn red dogs. I forgot his damn kennel name, but I know them shits old family red because they look just like them dang on dogs. Yeah, yeah. And that one look damn good right there. They got that one worked out pretty good. Gotta- That's why I say that them ribs should be showing like that on the pit bull, man. Not too much, but it should be showing. And if them folk come to your yard and your dog looking like that, they'll say he underweighted. Cause they want him to be looking like a damn bully dog. Your dog should be looking about like that. And no say he in pretty good shape. That joker got a line going across his side, I tell you that. That Joker there looked like a damn show, like a show damn bully, like a Staffordshire or something. I got some hemp field dogs in the background. My dog Shiny that I was telling you about, she looked kind of like that dog there, but she had a black muzzle instead of a black nose. The whole muzzle was black, but she was about that color, more of a brown though. Yeah, that Joker there look good right there. That's that old family red look, man. The ears clipped. That's that old family red look. You know, everybody from what all the pictures that we've been pulling up, everybody back in them days was clipping the dog's ears. Man, your dog got the ears clipped. It brings the look out on your dog. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. And if they was going to shows and they do a lot of dog shows and stuff like that, that'll kind of give you the, kind of give you a reason why they was clipping them. They make the dog look better. In the box back in the days, brothers used to say, you want your dog ears so the dog will have something to grab onto and it won't be as close to his head. If the other dog grab his ears, it'll kind of be off his head a little bit. It won't be locked dead onto the side of his skull. If you got his ears clipped, then the dog grab him on the side of the head, and he gonna be stuck to his head instead of hanging from his ears. Your ears is like weapons. You want them to stay, especially you got them big hound dog ears. They grab an ear, that's that's far away from your dog. Yeah, them ears clipped. That's a show sign of them old family red dogs. Yep. Hey man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight, man. I appreciate y'all boys giving me them old family red dogs and any pedigree that we looked up from the Courtney Love stuff, um, all that stuff, man. Little Mike, all them dogs, all the Boys dogs, the Bozak, all them dogs. I appreciate y'all dropping them peds. City Boy Kennels, what's going on? What's going on? He said Del Meltos got an old family red crossing his stuff. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate all the help y'all was giving me with them pedigrees tonight, man. And like I said, one thing I will say about them old family red dogs that's different than our dogs, that we got to step our game up. They're not different as in bloodline. I'm talking about, man. They take pride in how their dogs look. Them boys got pictures on every damn pedigree I damn clicked on just about, man. Every single pedigree, them boys got pictures. We got to step our game up on our pedigrees and put them pictures up there so we can see them. Every single dog I clicked on, man, it was showing fourth generation. Dog looked like the dog in the first generation. Go back to the eighth generation. Dog looked like the dog in the first generation. You know what I'm saying? And that shit plays a big part in, man. You just looking at it and see your dog genes trickle down from generation to generation and it still look the same. Similar to it at least. This dog right here I'm looking at now look just like Geronimo and the rest of the dogs we was pulling up. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight, man. I'm gonna look all that stuff up on Life of Mellow, man. All the dogs that you talking about, the Simba dog bottom side. I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna see what kind of research I can pull up off the old family red stuff. Um, yep, you're right about that, Vance. A lot of great dog men went to prison, and a lot of great dogs got put down over the years, man. Same way they took 160 some here in one whop. 200 in Texas the last time that bust that they had not too long ago. 200 in that one whop. Missouri, 500 dogs in one whop. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of pit bulls, dog. And he talking about a lot of great dogs that just got put down. Ain't no telling what bloodline them dogs was, man. Great dogs got put down, man. And that be the bloods you can't get back, you know what I'm saying? And shit, man. We wonder why certain dogs be missing or certain colors be missing. And man, we took a lot of hits in the pit bull. As a pit bull lover, the breed itself took a lot of hits over the past 30 years. From like the brother said in the chat, from the owners to the dogs. Some brothers get out of jail, they didn't say they ain't messing with dogs no more. You know what I'm saying? They get out, and then some of them brothers be some of the best dog men ever. And like I always say, you need a great man with a great dog. And the brothers, you know, I ain't messing with no dogs no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going a different route. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate all y'all brothers, man. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay legal, like we always say, man. And that way, and you know, we can keep bulldogging and preserving the breed. You know, just stay vigilant, man. And remember what I told y'all earlier, man. Don't fall into the conversation with these brothers want to talk about your rum dogs. They want to talk about what's proven and what ain't proven. Cause man, these boys ain't playing right out here, man. Them boys get you indicted. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They can call you names, call me names, call whoever names. But we looking at it going down right here in our face. So there's no need for us to play stupid like we don't see it. You know, don't even indulge in a conversation with these boys about that dumb shit, man. And people do it on Facebook all the time, but I tell you, you never know where people live at. Everybody don't live in the United States. Some people live in Mexico. Some people live in Canada, Africa, Europe. So people may not care about the way they speak, but don't fall into that trap, man. And some of these brothers, they just flunkies and dumbasses and jackasses, and they don't give a damn, you know. So don't fall into that trap, man. Stay safe out there to all my brothers and all my sisters. Keep doing what you're doing. Have a great night, great morning. It just depends on when you're watching and listening to this video, where you're at across the world, man. It's your boy PBK9s on the PBC, and we out. Big peace, salute to your events, man, and have a great night, my brothers down there. Mellow One, Bang Mateo, John Dembry, man, Paul J, Brad Anderson, all y'all brothers that been rocking with me the whole night. Mr. 216, Mad Doctor, you have a great night, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. See, can I stroll down the list? Small Time. Have a great night yourself, my bro. And everybody, man, just stay safe. You stay safe till I see y'all again, man. PBK9s, and I'm out.